Here's a song that'll take you to a new level, unless you're already there. These are examples of on-air radio quotes that reference to illegal drugs in the 1970s. Previously, in the 1940s, bebop was a new style of jazz that was criticized for its chaos and its spontaneity. This was largely criticized because of the usage of drugs by the musicians in the 1970s. Following that, in the 1960s, music and drugs were often used together in the same sentence. This was the first time that they were used hand in hand together. In the 1970s, the music and the drugs were combined from the 40s and the 60s. Although many people would argue that the influence of drugs peaked in the 1960s, 1970s Americans witnessed drugs' impact on society like people in no other decade. This is supported by the statistics of the drug charges in the 1970s, the large number of rock stars that died because of drugs in the 1970s, and the music lyrics that related to illegal drugs in the 1970s. In 1970, almost 190,000 people were charged with marijuana charges, which marked an increase and a national high. This increased from 1969, almost 70%. In 1971, it increased another 25%, up to 250,000. Then, in 1973, it reached another high of 420,700 marijuana charges. 1970s displayed drug and money flow beyond any imagination, showing that it was not just legal enforcement that increased, but it was also the usage of drugs that increased. Also, in 1973, Oregon developed its own system of decriminalization of marijuana. With all of this, people were allowed to use drugs freely. Numerous rock stars died in the 1970s because of illegal drugs. Jim Morrison of The Doors died in 1971 from a heroin overdose. Janis Joplin died also of a heroin overdose in 1970. Jimi Hendrix died in 1970 of a sleeping pill overdose. These were not the only ones, however. There were also Paul Kassoff of Free, who died in 1976 of a drug-induced heart attack. Lowell George, who died in 1979 of a drug-induced heart attack. Ron McKernan from the Grateful Dead, who died in 1973 from alcoholic cirrhosis, and Keith Moon from The Who, who died in 1978 after many years of drug and alcohol abuse. Finally, the drug-related lyrics. Neil Young wrote in his song, The Needle and the Damage Done, "I hit the city and I lost my band. I watched the needle take another man. Gone, damage done." Eric Clapton, in his song Cocaine from 1977, wrote, "If you want to hang out, you gotta take her out, cocaine. If you want to get down on the ground, cocaine. She's alright, she's alright, she's alright, cocaine." The music only served to report and remind us where it was all coming from. This quote is talking about the illegal drugs, showing that the lyrics didn't just reference all of the musicians, but it also referred to all of the people who used drugs in the 1970s. songs of the 60s and 70s are hardly negative towards cocaine, showing that they weren't necessarily demoting the use of illegal drugs, but they were actually promoting it. In conclusion, drug usage increased throughout the 1970s, as shown by statistics. Numerous rock stars died as a result of drug overdoses or drug-related illnesses, and many musicians referred to illegal drugs in their song lyrics. References and drug usage went hand in hand in the 1960s, but especially in the 1970s. The 1970s was therefore the decade of drugs and music.
Questions and/or comments for Alex? Alex, you like to call on whomever.
I like the reference to bebop.
I like how you had the music in it, like it wasn't just you saying it, but it added to it.
Other comments, questions?
Stein.
I like the notes
Alex did a really effective job, I thought, too. The beginning of speeches is really important, and he had our eye contact right away. I mean, a lot of times you kind of take a little bit to get into it and hide a little bit by looking at the cards first, but Alex didn't do that. He looked right at us as he started, which makes a big impact. So.
I thought it was effective use of the music that you chose. Not only did you talk about the lyrics and highlight it, but then you went directly to the specific references you were talking about, and I think really drove home the point that you were making. I thought that was quite effective. Next is